Let's jump right into this explainer, because today we are going to completely flip your mental model of AI. I know a lot of us still look at large language models as just, basic chatbots, kind of like glorified search engines we use to write a polite email every now and then. But by the time we're done here, you're going to see how to actually leverage them as powerful, tool-wielding digital collaborators. We're literally going to change how you interact with AI. So here's a really fascinating question for you. When you sit down and type out a prompt, what exactly is sitting on the other side of that text box? It's super easy to imagine this vast, all-knowing supercomputer doing the math, right? Well, actually, scratch that. As we're going to see, the reality is a lot more nuanced, a little bit more flawed, and honestly, infinitely more fascinating. We've got a lot of ground to cover. We're going to peel this onion layer by layer, starting with the terabyte zip file, then moving into unlocking the thinking models and giving LLMs the internet. After that, we'll hit code, artifacts, and files, explore seeing, hearing, and speaking, and finally wrap it all up with making the LLM yours. All right, part one, the terabyte zip file, demystifying the text box. Let's start right at the foundation and completely shatter that illusion of the conversational AI friend. Here is the absolute most crucial thing to understand. Underneath all those friendly chat bubbles, the AI isn't reading words the way you and I do. Not at all. It's actually chopping your text up into these tiny little pieces called tokens. So to a neural network, a basic prompt, like say asking it to write a quick haiku, might be exactly 15 tokens long. The model just looks at these token IDs and guesses the next one in the sequence. Basically, it's playing the world's most advanced, high-stakes game of autocomplete. And every single thing you type, plus everything the model replies with, goes straight into something called a context window. You can think of this as the AI's working memory for your specific chat. It's just a one-dimensional, straight line of tokens. And here's a massive pro tip for you. You absolutely have to clear it out frequently by hitting New Chat. If you don't, you're going to end up distracting the AI with all these irrelevant tokens from old topics. It degrades the accuracy, and it literally bogs down the performance, because processing a giant context window takes way more computing juice. I love this quote because it brilliantly illustrates the core model. If a base LLM went to a party and introduced itself, it would basically say, "Hi, I am a 1 terabyte zip file. My knowledge comes from the internet, which I read 6 months ago, and I only remember it vaguely." That is it. It's a self-contained, probabilistic compression of the internet. It's a little out of date. It only vaguely remembers niche stuff, and out of the box, it has zero access to a calculator or a coding environment or real-time news. It's just this isolated zip file doing its absolute best to guess the next token. Moving on to part two, unlocking the thinking models through reinforcement learning. Let's see what happens to our toolkit when we bring in models that are specifically trained to stop and think before they actually speak. So recently, AI labs started using reinforcement learning to give these models an inner monologue, basically letting them try out ideas, backtrack, and double-check their own assumptions before giving you an answer. Now, standard models, they are incredibly fast and super intuitive. If you just need quick travel advice for a weekend in Zermatt, standard is absolutely the way to go. But what if you're dealing with something highly complex, like debugging a failing gradient check in some custom neural network code? That's when you want a thinking model. Yes, its slow, step-by-step reasoning might take a full minute, but trust me, it is a massive, massive upgrade in accuracy for heavy math and logic. And because different models naturally have different strengths, the real power users out there don't just rely on one single app. No way. They build an LLM council. They'll take that exact same really difficult query and throw it at ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, and DeepSeek all at once just to cross-reference the outputs. It is hands down the best way to catch hallucinations and find the most bulletproof solution. So if you're doing complex work, seriously, consult the council. Part 3. Giving LLMs the internet. Breaking the knowledge cutoff. So how exactly do we fix that problem of the zip file's knowledge being 6 months out of date? Well, we give it tools. By handing the model an internet search tool, we finally break it out of that isolation. Instead of just guessing and hallucinating, the model can autonomously realize, hey, I actually don't know the release date for White Lotus Season 3. It'll then go out, issue real web queries, load the actual text of those articles right into its context window, that working memory we talked about, and synthesize a perfectly accurate, fully cited answer for you. It's learning on the fly exactly like you or I would. But wow, this concept has recently evolved into something so much more profound, and it's called deep research. Look, a standard search is great if you just need a quick fact, but deep research, that is a fully autonomous workflow that mashes up the search tool with a thinking model. You could ask it about the exact efficacy of some super niche longevity supplement like KAKG, and the model will literally spend 10 minutes on its own, reading clinical studies on mice, cross-referencing human papers, and putting together a comprehensive, heavily cited research report. It is quite literally like having a tireless research assistant working for you. All right, part 4, code, artifacts, and files, the digital collaborator. Let's peel back this next layer, where we give our trusty little zip file a Python interpreter and let it read our own personal documents. This is where the magic of the digital collaborator really shines. When you give an LLM a coding environment, it essentially becomes your junior data analyst. You can ask it to, say, track down startup valuations, and it will literally write and execute the Python code to plot those numbers into a custom chart right there in your browser. But, and listen, this is a really big but, you absolutely must review its code. For example, when asked to extrapolate OpenAI's valuation, the AI silently made a terrible implicit assumption. It just plugged in 100 million for a missing 2015 data point without even asking. So trust the tool, but for sure verify the code. But it goes way beyond just writing code. You can bring your own massive files right into the context window. I'm talking about uploading incredibly dense texts, like, say, a giant PDF of Adam Smith's 1776 classic, The Wealth of Nations, and having the model map out all the core arguments into a neat visual diagram. You can even use Claude's artifacts feature to say, hey, turn this chapter into flashcards, and boom, it instantly codes a playable, interactive React flashcard app to test your knowledge on the spot. It's an unbelievable game changer for learning. Part 5, seeing, hearing, and speaking, true multimodality. This is where we break through the text barrier altogether. Because believe it or not, to a neural network, audio waveforms and image pixels can be chopped right up into tokens just like words. Now, for the longest time, all we really had was fake audio. You know the drill. A speech-to-text app transcribes your words, feeds that text to the model, and then a clunky robotic voice reads the text back to you. It's fine for firing off a quick query while you're walking the dog, but it loses all the human nuance. But today, we have true audio, or advanced voice mode. These models natively process raw sound frequencies. That means you can interrupt them mid-sentence, ask them to talk faster, and they can actually hear the tone of your voice. They can synthesize laughter, or even do a spot-on pirate accent in real time. It completely changes the whole dynamic of how we talk to computers. And the vision capabilities are just as incredibly practical for your everyday life. Got a confusing 20-page PDF of your latest blood test? Upload a screenshot and have the model break down your lipid panel in plain English. You can literally snap a photo of the ingredients on the back of your Colgate toothpaste to figure out which chemicals are actually functional and which are just unnecessary dyes. You can screenshot Korean subtitles from a Netflix show like Singles Inferno to get a deep dive translation, or even just upload a random internet meme to have the AI explain why on earth it's funny. The model literally sees your world now. And finally, part 6, making the LLM yours with quality of life upgrades. Look, if you're building these amazing workflows, you definitely don't want to be typing out your preferences from scratch every single time. Let's look at how to permanently customize these tools. One of the absolute best ways to customize your experience is by building custom GPTs, using a really neat technique called few-shot prompting. So instead of just vaguely describing what you want, you give the model the instructions and a few highly concrete examples of the exact input and the exact output you're looking for. For instance, you could craft a totally personalized tool, like a highly specific Korean translator that perfectly formats vocabulary lists for your flashcards every single time without you ever having to re-explain the formatting rules. It's literally like training your very own personal assistant. So, what does this all mean for us? The absolutely crucial takeaway here is this. Stop doing complex work in isolation. You now have access to some of the most powerful digital collaborators ever created in human history. Build your LLM council, always remember to clear those context windows, start using few-shot prompting, and actively invite these tools into your daily workflows. That simple text box is no longer just a basic chatbot. It is a gateway to a massive productivity upgrade. The only question left is, how will you use your counsel today?